Well, hello, Libra. This is Don and Bonnie. We are Cards and Constellations. We're marrying the astrology and the tarot to help you navigate the week in front of you. With that said, we're going to give you a quick energy about the week in front of you via tarot. Then we're going to do the astrology and then finally get into a longer read on tarot. So let's get started with that short energy feel. And I love this. Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is saying, you know what, keep working, have the patience, because she's a patient energy. And again, this is not equal to gender. Queen is not equal to gender. It's only equal to energy. And so the queen energy of Pentacles specifically is be patient, keep working, and the work will pay off. The Pentacle says abundance is in front of you should you continue on this path. Miss Bonnie, how does that marry with some astrology going on over there?
Well, let's first take a look at the moon. This week we have a first quarter moon in Libra at 7 degrees and 25 minutes. Now, in order to know what kind of work we're going to be doing, we have to step back to the new moon in Libra, which was back October 2nd of 2024 at 10 degrees of Libra. Now moving forward, the next stage will be the full moon in Libra, which isn't until April 2nd of 2026 at 12 degrees, 20 minutes of Libra. Then at the very end, we have the last quarter in Libra on December 30th of 2026 at 5 degrees, 16 minutes of Libra. Now let's get into the nuts and bolts of this. Here we go for Libra. This week will be one of your best with a grand trine and a kite leading us towards Saturn in Aries. There's a lot of beneficial energy in the sky. However, with good comes challenging. There are several oppositions. So we have Saturn opposite the moon, which are lessons, responsibility, commitment, structure, pulling against your feelings. We have Mercury and in an opposition with Pluto. So we have major change playing a tug of war with communication and technology. Remembering that Mercury has gone into pre-retrograde shadow. So things are starting to slow down a bit. A lot of balance and harmony. That's what Libra's all about. Peacemaking. The kite, the grand trine, the mystic rectangle. So if there's a little bit of tension from Saturn and the moon playing tug of war, you need to find the compromise in the middle. The same thing with Pluto and Mercury opposite. Find that middle ground. The benefit of the grand trine is that we have major change with unexpected surprises and love. With feelings. We also have little pockets of opportunity between Mars and Jupiter taking action, big action, karma, luck, all feeds into what's available to you. So use your romantic life. It looks great this week. If you can work out the oppositions. On the 4th of July, your challenge is to watch how you communicate your feelings. Pluto is demanding some change. Mercury in his pre-shadow retrograde, which means things slowing down, and knowing what a peacemaker you are this week ought to be a cinch. Don, what do you have?
I'm liking some of what I heard. That's interesting. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, the Hierophant. I like the Hierophant. The Hierophant has a certain rule in tarot, but I do not get that same one for you guys. The Hierophant, this one is that break the rules. This is saying don't break the rules. This reverse, I don't care. This is telling me I'm getting the energy of break the rules this week. Do something that's crazy. Do something that's silly. Do something you haven't done in a while. Do something that is not in keeping with what you usually do. Go out and shake things up. If you wear 10-inch spike heels, wear flats. If you wear flats, wear 10-inch spike heels. You know, if you are somebody who likes to ride a bicycle, Get on a skateboard. If you don't like skateboards, do something else. I'm telling you, shake things up. If you are in a habit, you eat the same place every week on a certain day, change it up, do something different. If you order the same meal when you go to some place, change that up. I'm telling you, this week, shake things up. This week, give yourself a little fresh, new energy. And by creating that, the energy's around you already. I'm saying tap into it. So when I say that, let me correct that. It's not you shaking things up because you're wanting to create energy. It's you tapping into that change energy. There's an energy around you that is ready and receptive to you living a more fuller life. And so I want you to get out of your box. I want you to get out of your little space and say, you know what? I want to experience something different. And when you do, don't be surprised if you have such the greatest time in your life. This Justice card says, you know what? If you do it, you're going to enjoy it. You're going to reap the reward from it. So get out there and do it. These are two major arcana, by the way. So when you do break that cycle, there's something more for you that's going to be long term that comes from this. So maybe when you break the cycle, you actually find a food that you haven't liked before or thought you didn't like, and now you do. And now you have a new food item to enjoy. You have a new restaurant you like because you didn't go to it before. Now you did. You have a new exercise program because you didn't do it. Maybe you need to change gyms. Maybe you need to look to something different. Again, maybe instead of riding the bike, you're doing something different. The point is break free from the bonds that bind you, which you created, and bring something new and exciting to your life. And when you do, I like this because right now I do feel like you're a bit hemmed in. This is the Eight of Swords. You're a bit hemmed in. You're like, okay, if I don't want to do that because, and that's just too, and I don't, and stop it. Let's make some changes. Let's break that and let's get out there and do something exciting. And yeah, you know what? I like this because the 10 of Wands is here. So 10 of Wands is interesting because there's a closure to something, but that closure is to the boring life. It's like, come on, Libra, you're not boring. You don't have to be boring. So let's change our boring lives. Let's amp it up and let's find something that makes us rock, something that aligns with us. And most importantly, brings in that queen energy and says, you know what? I'm going to bring you abundance down the road because I'm giving you a whole new lease on life. If you haven't gotten into a health routine, get into it. If you haven't gotten into a diet routine, maybe check that out. If you haven't gotten into community events and to volunteerism, maybe try that. Again, try something that's beyond your norm. And when you do, you're going to come back and tell me that you are so glad you listened to us both because it has changed you immensely. And how do you do that? You respond. You send us a message and say, hey, you guys, I liked what you said. I didn't like when I heard it, but I like it because it worked for me. Ms. Bonnie, how does that work with you over there?
Well, I do want to point out that you had the Justice card there that represents Libra, wholehearted, balance, harmony, all of that. Now, does it go together? Yeah, it does, because we're talking about lessons and responsibility, pulling against your feelings and trying to work that all out. We had so much positive energy there supporting this. So I don't think there's any concern with the little bit of tension that there is.
Mm-hmm. And that tension is internal. It's a tension is an internal tension, right? Because it's like the wants and needs, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Fantastic. Love that. With that, we're going to let you guys go. Have an amazing week. Love, light, and blessings from Ms. Bonnie, her family, and me and my family to you and to yours. Additionally, hit those subscribe buttons, Sonoran Mystic Tarot. If you're already down here on this channel, please go over to Your Love Goddess and click on that subscribe over there as well. If you're over there, pop over to Sonoran Mystic Tarot. And no matter what, go to Cards and Constellations, which is the name behind us, and do that as well. All three are YouTube channels. And therefore, anytime we upload or post or go live, you will get a notice. Until then, have an amazing week. Let us know how this resonates, and we will see you next week with more cards and constellations. Bye.